Welcome aboard the podcast.
We talk amongst ourselves for a bit and then intro.
You don't need to say that to the audience.
We didn't tell him. We didn't say.
No, I was going to just stay quiet.
But it would have felt very rude.
Oh, should I start
It would have
again?
felt like we'd insulted you and we just don't talk to you for
No,
an hour.
I know I'm not here until you activate me with my name.
Should we start again?
No.
No, okay. Gapham!
No.
Welcome to Gapham.
Got a problem, mate.
The podcast. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You alright?
Yeah.
Big week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been gigging. Been
Have
gigging.
you?
I've been.
Oh,
you
that's
know
a
what?
surprise.
You know what? I had a bit of a after Edinburgh. I didn't. Wasn't feeling that positive about the whole thing. But then I've been back in the gigs. I wrote a new joke, and I'm like, yeah, I'm actually can do it.
Were you at Edinburgh like since I last saw you?
No, I mean just since then, I didn't enjoy it that much, and I've just been a bit down about. It's the least enthusiastic I ever felt about stand-up. But now I realise that it is really fun.
Well, opposites attract because I am the most infused about being a stand-up comedian I've been in a very long time.
Well, opposites attract.
Opposites attract. So,
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. If you're new here, and why wouldn't you be? This is a podcast where we solve your problems and our
Why
problems.
wouldn't you
And-
be?
Yeah, why wouldn't you be new?
What?
We're growing all the time. Buddy.
Okay, right. Okay. You said it with so much confidence.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I went to see Ghostbusters at the cinema.
Why did you do that?
Huh? So I really love Ghostbusters.
I didn't know
Right?
that.
Yeah, really like. And it turns out I didn't really know that. But the last two times I've seen a Ghostbusters film, I've been like extra excited. And I think when I was a kid, I used to watch the cartoon a lot. And I used to buy the comics. And basically, there's like a street scene at the end of the cartoon where they're all like having a party in the street. And I think I must have watched that so much as a kid. That's why I like partying so much. But anyway, right, that's just a thought that I've had.
It's just
anyway,
he doesn't like any films.
But
yeah,
and then I went to see it, and a total surprise to me. Do you know who's in it?
that comedian from the food podcast.
James Acaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And number one, he's brilliant in it. But number two, I didn't know he was going to be in it.
So what a treat.
So then I saw it and I was like, and the amount of jealousy mixed with pride was too much for my brain to take. And especially when you couple that with the fact you've eaten a whole bag of Revels and you're in there as an adult without any kids looking the way I look.
Yeah.
Quite an uncomfortable time in there.
Yeah.
But I just had a really good time watching Ghostbusters. And it made me feel insanely jealous because it's like, if I could be in one film, I didn't know this till I saw James Acaster in it, I'd want to be in a Ghostbusters film.
Really? Where's all this coming from?
I just really like it.
Really?
Trapping the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all
I just
that.
didn't know you did.
I
I
love
didn't
all
know
that.
you liked Ghostbusters.
No, neither did I.
Right.
But I mean, I always
Have you
did,
seen the old films? It feels like you haven't.
Yeah, I mainly watched the cartoons.
You've only seen the
And the new
Ghostbusters
films.
cartoon.
No, I've seen the films, of course.
And
but
the comic. What comic? What are you talking about?
there was like a comic that came out every week.
Was there?
Yeah, Ghostbusters. It's in my loft.
All right, bring it in next time.
No. So that's what I've been up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
It's just a surprise. I think you're just trying to impress the guest.
No, not at all. I literally went to see Ghostbusters last night.
I don't think you've even seen Ghostbusters, mate.
It's called Ghostbusters.
I think you
Frozen
just Googled
Empire.
what it was to try and impress our young guest.
No. And it's great to see Dan Aykroyd back in film.
You've never seen a film before. What are you talking about? You don't like films.
I do.
How do you know
I
Dan
like
Aykroyd's
Ghostbusters.
name?
Dan Aykroyd. It's fun to say, isn't it?
Sure.
Okay. He's so
All right.
grumpy. I apologise.
I'm sorry about him.
If you're thinking about turning off at this point, don't. His mood will improve throughout the podcast. And if not, I will keep the level up.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Gotaproblemmate@gmail.com if you want to send in any of your problems.
Or if you want to review the new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire film, then why not send it to us?
A lot of people think it's not very good.
Well, I enjoy it. It was good for nostalgia.
Okay.
Okay. Bill Murray's in it.
Yeah, he's in.
And Ernie Hudson.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want to do now?
Introduce our guest.
Yeah, do you want to go first?
I think I've said quite enough. I think you can go first.
Okay, fine.
I'll pick up the slack. By the way, we both do an intro and you have to tell us which one you like the most.
Understood.
Yeah. Today's guest, everybody, is someone who has been doing comedy for not that long, although it feels like not that long because of the lockdown, but actually it's kind of long if you think about it. But confusing. But we'll certainly get into all of that. I want to do today's podcast like, you know, when you do like a radio interview and the presenter doesn't have a clue what you do. I want to do it like that.
What do you want to do it like that? That's how you do it every week.
No, because I have to explain. I've been on Times Radio explaining what Twitch is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he burst onto the scene he started doing really well in 2020, getting a Chortle student, being the runner-up of the Chortle student.
Yeah, lost.
Yeah, but bloody hell, do you get cash? You get a cash prize?
£250.
That's awful.
When it flew out to Australia.
Why?
Yeah.
Australia, I got £500 for runner-up of Leicester Square Theatre New Comedian. So you wanted to get on that one.
Yeah.
He was in the Leicester Mercury Comedian of the Year, which is you have to be... Did you do that?
Can you just finish your intro?
Did you do that?
Fucking hell, man.
Did you do that?
What? No.
Oh, I thought maybe you did. But he said forget all of that because he went on and did the BBC award thing, did a heat. Oh, no, that doesn't... Did you get through the heat?
Like I did this, I lost on TV.
You lost on TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
They let me lose on TV though.
Right.
So that was cool.
But he went and won the Brighton Comedian New Act Award. He's a lovely lad. He's a very exciting comedian. He's got loads of social media followers, and that's certainly why we want to be in with him.
What's his name?
His name is, let's see, English stand-up comedian and writer. Personal info. English. Maiden. His name is Maidenhead.
Okay.
It's Sam Williams, everybody. Why does it have brackets like II and the thing there? Are you the second?
Sam Williams the second.
Are you the second?
I feel that looks like a sequel to myself more than anything else.
Is that happening?
I've got no idea. I've never met another Sam Williams in comedy, which is weird because there is a Sam Williams in everything. So like the fact that I turned up to start doing comedy and there was like no one. There was like another Sam Williams had like his like third gig up from like with like 500 views or something, and I was like, if I really get to work, I can eclipse this guy.
Yeah.
But in any other field, Sam Williams, like you know the if you're signed up to those university things where it's like, are you the person that wrote this? And it's like I get like 7 different academic papers emailed to me every day asking if I'm the Sam Williams that wrote it across just like every discipline.
And what if you said yes?
I've started doing that. And they require verification, but I'm just leaving it because I feel like at some point one of them just won't need verification, and then I can start building my academic portfolio. If no other Sam Williams are going to pick up the creds, then.
Well,
but now I've said it here. If you've got a Sam Williams listening, they're going to
They're going to play this in court.
Yeah,
I think another Sam Williams should email us and tell us that they're you. That's the only fair way around this.
Did you want to do your rubbish intro?
No, it can't be any more disjointed.
Mine was really, really classy.
Hello, viewers and listeners. My intro today is in
That's
case.
not how you
Shut
do
up!
it.
Shut up!
My intro today.
My intro today, viewers and listeners, is encased in a tale. I stood backstage at the Comedia just this past Friday when a young guy coming to try and steal my spot at the top of the comedy pile comes up to me and says, "Hey man, I really enjoyed your Twitch show," which not a lot of people say to me, and I thought, this kid's really got something. And from there, we became fast friends. Even faster when I realised that we needed a guest for today's podcast and that he had previously won the Comedia Brighton Comedian of the Year award. He's a very nice lad. I also really want to know how he gets his hair, how he does. It's Sam Williams!
That was like you were like a T4 presenter.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Why is that not good? Bring it back.
That was poor.
No, well, you don't get to decide. At least I know what his name was.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for the 2 introductions.
What was wrong with Joey's? That was poor, wasn't it? Mate, the sound.
What we're dealing with is we've got like local radio introduction.
Yeah.
From Bilal, and then Joey's was that red couch T4 kind of thing.
Trying to be loose.
In my
Big
mind, the
gadget
couch
show.
is purple.
Yeah, it can be. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Like the E4 logo.
Neither of them set me on steady ground to be who I am.
No,
and
it wouldn't.
That's the perfect introduction, I think.
We were just talking about before the intro, and we should have saved it really.
You still got
you
to pick a
did.
winner.
You what year did you start stand up?
Wait.
End of 2018.
We still got to have a winner.
Oh, sorry,
Ryan, the producer, gets mad when we don't pick a winner.
Right, you have to pick a winner. Sorry.
It's tough.
Mine was shorter.
You know what? I think because
Is that good?
Yeah.
I like a narrative structure, so I'm gonna have to go with Joe.
But he was lying. He was lying. He told me before that he didn't like you.
But that's even more. That's
I actually stayed behind to watch you on purpose on Friday night. Normally, I was gonna leave
just to see the influence of your Twitch stream.
Imagine it was all bits from his Twitch stream.
Well, on the Saturday after Joey left, because Joey's obviously got, I don't know if you discuss material on this, but you say your Instagram handle quite a few times. Yeah. And I ended my set on Saturday by saying you can follow me on Instagram at Joey Page Comedy. And it was the biggest laugh of my whole set.
Yeah.
And I did just steal that from you.
No, but you helped me because I got no followers from Saturday night.
Oh, really?
I got quite. But
why have you got all these requests in your Instagram?
I don't know.
Have a look at the requests.
No, let's not do that. We're doing a
let's
podcast.
Look at the requests.
No, I don't want to look at any of that.
There's some comedians in there that he's not replying to. That's why I was laughing. So you started in 2018.
End of 2018. Yeah.
And then you're like,
I'm still a teenager. That's why my voice is breaking.
I've been doing this for 2 years. Wow. And then Bish Bash, pandemic. He calls it the plandemic.
Yeah.
I call it the rando pando.
You keep saying the Great Reset. What's that like? What was that like? Must have been a nightmare.
Very odd. Because I couldn't gig. I was still a student and stuff.
What did you study?
I started on drama and English for a year, and then I thought that drama and film studies would be easier. So in second year, I asked to switch to that, and it was easier.
Well, yeah.
2-1?
First.
Oh.
Bloody hell.
What did you get?
2-2.
What did you get? You fucking turn up, is it?
What, to this?
No, well, anything.
What did you get?
2-1.
Yeah, but where did it get? What did you study?
Media studies and creative writing.
That's pathetic.
What did you study?
Media writing and production.
And you only got 2. You must have been so bad at uni.
I didn't do any work. I started stand up.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Same. I started stand up.
Doesn't look like it. I'm sorry. That must have been a nightmare. And you didn't want to do the Zoom gigs?
Couldn't. Like, I just didn't know. I did one for Warwick University Comedy Society.
Jesus Christ.
And in that,
who books that?
And whilst I was doing it, I was like, "There's no way I can." I barely had 5 minutes at the time. I probably had 3 minutes. So
and then say my Instagram handle.
Yeah. And it was only so many times that I could say that, So like after one of those, I was like, I can't do this, and I'm not going to be able to do it now until the pandemic is over. So I decided I retired. It was like Michael Jordan's first retirement. Like I was like, I'm hanging my boots up, and I was like, I guess I'll just write or something else. But genuinely in my brain, until the pandemic was over, until I did my first gig back in 2021, I thought I wouldn't do it again. Yeah. Oh, and doing the Chortle final was what I think probably because they only let us know. They let us know in like September 2020 who the finalists were, and then a year later that final happened. But that was a big leg up from Steve Bennett, just for bit. Otherwise, I don't know what I'd be. It's actually quite scary to think about what I would do without Big Daddy Bennett.
Big Daddy Bennett. Well, I think you're selling yourself short because you've got great material.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing very well.
You're doing very well.
Yeah.
Some would even say you're doing better than Bilal.
That wasn't expected. Well, who do you want to be like in your career?
You can't say either of us.
You can't say either of us. You can say Lee Evans. You can say Paddy McGuinness.
I really like. I like Brian Regan's career. Just doing comedy.
Is that one of these TikTok stars?
I don't know.
Who's Brian Regan?
He's like an American comedian.
Is he like an American? Is he British?
He is American.
I know the name.
Kyle Kinane, who was on our podcast.
Do you know who that is?
I've heard the name.
This is getting us nowhere.
Bro, what do you like about him?
He just tours. And he's still doing, he's like over 60 and he's still just doing like stand-up's his main thing. So I really like that.
Yeah, I know what you
too.
mean.
And I haven't always felt like that, but as my options narrow, I'm like, yeah, I could just do just this.
Yeah. Other industries can become more frail, but people always want to go out and sit in a chair and
watch a man moan about his life.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
In my case, it's been quite tragic on stage.
Sam, I have a feature. It's called Vet the Guest. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. It's like a personality test, a bit like you get with Scientology.
It's like a DBS.
It's like a DBS check. I'm sure you have that.
Podcast.
He failed his.
I used
Can't
to
work
have
with kids.
a couple.
No, I never needed one. No interest in working with kids.
5 questions, please answer honestly, because if you don't, and if we
curtains
don't feel,
for you.
if you're not a good match for the podcast, we will just unplug everything.
Bin you off.
Yeah, that's right.
We've had to do that with
Though
several.
beware if you do pass the test at some point, because you've got a bigger social media following than Bilal, he will ask you, how do you get so successful?
So how'd you get that? So when you're a chortle student, how'd you get that? Do you have to be a student though?
Yeah, and you have
Can
to
I
be
lie about?
chortling?
Uh,
Yeah, you just got to be like laughing, and they're like, "This kid's got it."
so 5 questions. Question 1: favorite nut?
Can I just,
Cashew.
before we start,
Cashew's good.
can I
Yeah.
just say good luck?
Thanks.
Was that it?
Well timed. You'd be an amazing invigilator.
Cashews are pretty good. Yeah, yeah. What about pecans? You like those?
Can't remember the taste.
Oh, they're like
I can,
walnuts.
I can only remember them embedded into a cake, so that's good. That's good, actually.
It's doing well so far. Question 2: do you wait for the green man before you cross the road?
Depends on where I am.
Same question as last week. Unbelievable.
If it's near me and I know the rhythm of the traffic, then I can chance it. But I'll normally, in a new place, I'll pay respect to the lights.
That's good. That's better than when I asked that to another guest who we won't mention, who just crosses willy-nilly. Awful behaviour. Question 3: oh, you're big on you use Instagram a lot. What's your feed look like in terms of your when you search? What comes up?
My face doing this.
No, I don't mean your feed.
Oh, my feed.
I mean, what do you see?
Oh, on my search
Yeah, sorry. I didn't
tile,
explain
like
it
on my
well.
Instagram Explore page.
Yes, on the Explore.
Yeah, can you see that I'm quite native to social media? It is a mixture of track and field news,
Okay.
Dua Lipa fan cams, which I didn't used to listen to Dua Lipa, and then Instagram just kept pushing me fan-based content around just like Dua Lipa in Brazil, and I was like, okay, I guess I listen to her now. Now I'm a big. I wouldn't even call myself a fan. She's just in my ears quite a lot.
Fan cams, it's videos of people filming her concerts.
You know how people used to make Call of Duty quickscoping montages? It's like if you replaced all of those clips with Dua Lipa,
I'm so lost.
just dancing and stuff.
Cool.
And then a lot of Grindr screenshots from gay meme accounts.
Okay.
And that's like the triptych for Sam Williams.
No animals?
Not really.
Oh, interesting. What have you got? All probably Spurs.
Mine are all the cockerel from Spurs and pizzas and busty babes.
Question number 4. If you could travel to any time, like any period in history, and live there, where's that then?
I wasn't expecting such a good question. I think.
Sorry about that.
It's so loud.
Where do I go? Okay, so my dad was adopted, and his dad. So we know his birth mother, my grandma, and then his birth father. And when he met his birth father, he found out that his birth father was also adopted and was the result of a one-night stand in a tube shelter during the Blitz between his mother and a man who claimed to be.
Off in the tube shut whenever
I know, man. But here's the other thing: the riz that the guy deployed was that he was a soldier during the Blitz in a civilian shelter during wartime. this guy was like pulled out "I'm a soldier" out of the hat when everyone was at the front, and it worked. So I would like to go back in time and find out who that was, so that I could continue.
I thought you meant you'd go back to the Blitz and pretend to be a soldier.
What, and have sex with my own great grandmother?
Well, not if you want, I guess. I thought there'd be other options, but
no. But I would like to go back there just so that the mystery of my family's bloodline we can go further
solved.
back. Yeah, but I like the mystery
Bloody
as it
hell.
stands. But it would be interesting to see.
There's a mystery to mine as well. Actually, I don't know if I've probably told this on the podcast. Have I, about my grandmother?
about the haunted house.
No, that's about the shot glasses. Different grandmother.
Oh, right, sorry.
So my grandmother was adopted before the war in Germany, and grew up as like a really rich child. Like there's photos of her in limousines and such. And her dad owned all the paint factories in Germany, not all of them, but a big. And then Hitler took all the factories away to make ammunition in, and they lost all their money. And during that period, she came over here to become an au pair. And then, anyway, lost touch with her family. And now we can't work out who owes us money for all those factories.
Oh, wow. Imagine that.
Imagine that. I wouldn't be doing this podcast for you. I'd be fucking rich.
Owning loads of factories.
Yeah.
You could still do that.
I don't want to start. I'm not going to start buying factories.
Just buy one factory.
Just do my
what
crypto
harm could
instead.
it do? Okay.
Dropship.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't fully understand what drop shipping is. I watched a YouTube video about it.
You just
What is it?
you basically you find a product that's already selling somewhere else. It's quite a parasitic way of making
Yeah.
money, but what isn't? But
Starting a podcast?
yeah, I mean whoever invented podcasts must just be furious. Like
I think it was Mark Maron.
invented podcasts.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That tracks though.
Yeah.
You
Shout out
take-
to Mark Maron.
You take a product that's already selling somewhere else, and then you just make a new web page, or if it's on Etsy or whatever, and you make sure that the supply. Basically, drop shipping is where you are selling a product online, and you never hold stock of it. So like you've got a supplier who just automatically sends it, and you just create a middle.
You just created a website.
Yeah, you're like a middleman. Where you've just gouged the price by like 20 times, and then you just try and use like Google search SEO stuff to make sure that kind of people that don't really know how to use the internet will come to you instead of like the original source of the product.
I'd be up for that.
Sell a Henry Hoover for $5,000.
Yeah, I'd do that. Paint it gold.
Difficult, innit?
To paint it gold, you'd need
yeah,
to
you'd
hold
need
the
to-
stock though.
you'd have
That's
to-
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Pay attention.
You need to hook a factory up to a shop that could spray them gold. And already you're talking about too many.
We can do that though.
We could do that
Can
in
your
here.
dad help?
We could paint them in here.
All right. Do you have time
You're just
next
talking
week?
about shipping again. No,
Right.
There's no drop in this business.
All right. I'll do the drop in.
Yeah.
We haven't finished the thing.
Oh, we haven't finished the questions. No.
I'm sorry. Final question, but you're doing wonderfully. Is if you could read to
Objection. You're not allowed to say how well the guest's doing.
That's not true.
Okay. It's your feature. I don't care.
Question 5. If you could read to any animal, which one?
It would have to be a crested grebe.
Sorry?
Crested grebe.
Who's that?
They're a bird that looks like a duck and spends most of its life on water, but it is a bird, but it also dives down. I would like to, because yesterday I was trying to get one to swim in my direction in Hyde Park and it wouldn't, and I felt like I could go back with the ability to read to it. I would at least know that if it then didn't go away, it just didn't like me.
What would you read to it? The game?
Do you know,
12 rules for life. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you should read the report of that Titanic submarine that got crushed to be like a cautionary tale. Don't go too deep.
Yeah. I don't know how deep Hyde Park is. Although it can fly out of Hyde Park. So, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be
Could go
useful
right at
knowledge.
the bottom of the ocean if
Yeah.
it's not careful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. You did actually score. Let's have a look. You scored 7,000 points. That's very high.
It's very high.
You can remain on the podcast if you wish,
But you don't have to.
but you don't have to. Because you scored so high, you get the choice now. You can leave. You can leave this all behind. You can start a new life.
If you do leave, I will email your agent and say, very unprofessional.
I know your agent. I knew her before when she just started her agency, and she's very nice.
Sorry about this, people.
And she loves cats.
No one cares.
I sell cat food.
You know.
So.
You sell cat food?
Oh yeah, you should talk about this.
What
That's another reason why I got
Untamed. Have I not visited you in the form of an advert yet?
Oh, probably.
I keep getting. I've only ever been recognised on the street for being from cat food adverts.
Really?
Yeah.
But
What's Untamed?
Bilal a few episodes ago locked himself in his bathroom with a screwdriver and his cat on purpose.
Not on purpose. The door broke somehow, and I was stuck in there, and my cat was like, "Come on, let's go."
Oh, that's crazy.
And I couldn't explain to her.
Yeah.
That, you know.
Well, Untamed is 100% human grade whole meats, gently steam cooked to lock in nutrients and flavour. No grains, no fillers, no artificial flavours.
And what's that? A £30 a month subscription, like everything else?
Nah, you're talking at least 50 quid a cat.
Oh,
mate.
Jesus.
If you really love your cat, you'll part with that cash.
Okay. Can you please join our Patreon, patreon.com//GAPM, because I need the £50 a month for my tiny cat.
You should create a £52 tier that's called the Untamed tier, and we'll hook you up.
Mm.
Yeah, but we have to split the money.
We're not here in a professional capacity.
We actually
by the way.
split it 4 ways, so it'll be £104 that tier.
We need a £104 tier for my cat so she can have this gently
No,
steamed.
£208. Split in 4 ways. That's in half.
What?
Jesus Christ. Do you have a Patreon?
No, I've got a day job.
Have you thought of doing, you know what? Because I know there's a lot of people like you who do very well on Instagram, TikTok and stuff.
Social meds.
Who don't set up a thing behind a paywall.
Well, I don't know what I would do yet. I eventually would like to create some stuff that goes big, you know, that is you know, to do with making a community that, you know, whatever. But
Behind the scenes, gossip.
like
You could film parts of this and it'd be behind the scenes.
Exactly. But I just don't know. I would like to get a clearer idea of what I want to do with that before charging for it. I think, yeah.
Okay.
But one day.
No, well, Bilal just.
But
Bilal's
you do
got
drop
about 8
shipping.
patrons.
No, I don't. I just know what dropshipping is.
Bilal's got about 8 different patrons.
What do you mean?
You've
On
got your
mine?
own personal one.
No, I've got like 80 or something, man.
No, I'm saying you've got your own personal one and this.
Oh, I've got this as well.
He doesn't care what he puts out.
Yeah.
This guy.
Savvy.
He's the drop shipping of paid for content.
Mm.
You ever thought of doing Twitch?
No, it's a dead star. It's a dying
Mate,
star.
this is good. No one
He's not even-
We've never had a
Let me
guest
tell
who
you
even knows who we are.
Listen.
Yeah.
He's not even watching you anymore, let alone making his own thing.
I just think Twitch is very like you just want to be able to grow, and I think that Twitch, almost like Twitter now, is just difficult.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
and also the cut that they take is crazy.
Mm.
So and I don't know what I would do on there. Because I just shout on my phone for 20 seconds before I get the tube to go to work, and and hope that it cuts through with people.
What games are you playing these days, anyway?
I don't actually play.
No,
I'm not really playing games.
Yeah,
Do you like football?
It's devolved into a wedding conversation.
Do you like football?
I went to the Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge this Saturday. I don't really have a team, so I just kind of float about. Like as a kid, I went to Wycombe Wanderers. They ran a weekend thing at school. I lived near a private school. I didn't go to private.
It's okay if you did.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't.
He did.
I burnt one down. Imagine if I went to private school. If that was
Wait,
the
where are
twist.
you from?
Maidenhead.
Oh yes, I
I
read
think you
that.
said that in your
thing.
I think you
Sorry.
said it was my name.
Are you okay?
No, I'm doing Northern Farm.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing a tour day there.
Northern Farm's great. When I was a kid, there was a whole
Dennis
scandal
Northern
because
Farm.
these scrap metal thieves stole the entire sign.
What do you mean?
and smelted it and sold it.
What do you mean the entire site?
Sign.
Northern
Farm, yeah. So
Oh,
I went from saying Northern Farm to just nothing.
That's really. I'm going to bring that up.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I
that's
sell
great
any
knowledge.
tickets.
yeah. It's a very nice town
I'm
for
sorry.
touring through.
The reason I was asking about football is because we did football related stuff on Twitch,
Yes.
and I wondered if you were.
Well, I watched yours because my dad used to always buy me Pro Evolution Soccer instead of FIFA because he said
Proper
that the
gaming,
game
yeah.
mechanics were better, which is true.
Yeah.
So that was why. But I was the only kid at my school who had Pro Evolution Soccer, and people wouldn't come to my house because, well, mainly because I was quite strange. But the Pro Evolution Soccer didn't help defeat the weirdo allegations. When you're the only kid with it,
It's way better though.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in a world where everyone's shooting with circle and you're shooting with square, like,
that's
people just
mad.
don't get on board.
Man, it's difficult, isn't it? Growing up.
Growing up, not for me. I was very popular. Sam, I want to know how you get so much volume into your hair.
I don't know. I don't wash it really. I got a haircut from Albanian barbers near me about 7 months ago, and I asked for a mullet, and the guy genuinely said, "What is that?" And I had to explain a mullet to him, and he didn't really do a mullet, but what he did was a haircut that has lasted so long, it's put him out of a client. So I just kind of let it happen
because you've actually managed to achieve, and I know that also your earring could be a signifier of this. So I'm treading very carefully and trying to picture, even without the earring, it's a very 80s George Michael hair, and you don't see people with that kind of, because whenever you see videos of people from the 80s, you're like, how do they get their hair like that? And you've managed it, and you don't see many people managing it.
Just don't wash it.
Yeah, just leave it.
Imagine you.
I wash it once a week.
Change everything.
It would change everything for you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Would you get a little? I know you're. I know you're. Yeah, I know you're with a different lot, but would you? Would you get a little cross earring as well?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I know you're a bit
get
different.
Get a K for Kerrang.
He's going towards the.
Yeah.
Get a K for Kerrang.
He's slowly.
In your ear?
He called me this morning. He was really upset about the England flag on the kits, and he was saying they're ruining our flag now. They're coming for our flag. He said the drag queens have taken our flag. It's like, Joey Page, what's going into you?
I do kind of agree, though.
Yeah.
I say that as a member of the LGBT community.
Mm.
Keep it the same colour.
Would you go on GB News and be like, look, I am a member of the
that'd be
LGBT
so
community,
funny,
and
wouldn't it?
they're all doing, you know what I mean?
It would be so funny when my career is only starting and is like starting to go quite well to at that point decide to take the GB News check rather than at the other end of it.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, so is it like first up and comer to ever actually go on GB
Well, that's
News.
like, you know, you're about to be cancelled. That's the only reason you do it, right?
Yeah, some screenshots and such.
But you make a lot of you can make a lot of money being part of a minority group.
Yeah,
whatever,
like a mouthpiece.
Who pretend? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been asked to. I got asked to write an article for Unheard. Do you know
wow!
I
Yeah,
know.
that's proper. That's like spiked, isn't it?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know what it was.
I don't know what anyone's talking about.
I don't know. They're offering me maybe 500 or 600 quid or something to just write a little article. Not the article wasn't dodgy. It was just to promote my show a few years ago.
And that's more than you'll get for the whole tour.
Exactly. But like, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then someone said to me, like, I think someone said, oh, you might want to have a look at what that is. And I went on the website and it's just pure hate. Mad, isn't it? So I think getting someone like me and they can be like, well, we had one of them, so we can't hate them.
Yeah.
I guess.
Very odd.
So, can we move on to the problems section of today's show?
Please.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay, you start.
Shall I? No, I've been talking loads. You start.
Okay. Well, my problem this week is I can't remember
Look
what
at
it is.
him. I knew it. I knew it was buying time. Should I do mine?
Oh no, I do know. Of course I do. Right. So, my friend had a baby 2 years ago, whatever, and it's now the baby's birthday again. I have never met the baby that's now 2. I don't think I need to start going to its birthday parties now. Do I?
Did you go to the first one?
No, that's what I'm saying. I've still not met my mate. So he's quite a good mate. I've still not met his kid. I did this for the last one as well. But I think what it boils down to is I just don't care about anyone's fucking children.
Were you there for any of the before bits, like a gender reveal or a shower of anything?
I went to one gender reveal.
For the baby?
How did they do it?
I think there was a quiz or something.
What?
I don't remember.
Wait, you say there was one gender reveal? You went to one gender reveal?
The first baby's gender reveal, but then didn't meet that baby for 2 years. Oh no, so I'm getting it wrong even. I didn't meet the first baby for 2 years. And then the newest one is the first birthday. It's been a whole year and I've not met my friend's baby. And it's like, my friend still owes me for part of someone else's 40th birthday present that I organised. So he's not the most reliable person in the world. But it's like, I just don't want to go to a kid's birthday party. I've got stuff to do. Am I an arsehole?
Yeah.
I just don't care about kids.
But it's like a couple of hours, isn't it?
Yeah, but these things are always at the weekend when I'm working.
Do you hate children?
I don't want them yet.
Mm.
I don't know if that's the. I think they're great.
I think they're tiresome.
But children are different to babies. Like,
that's true.
Do you need to meet a baby?
Yeah.
All that's going to mean is that inevitably, when you then see them again in like 8 years, you have to then say, even if you don't want to, like, I remember you when you were this big. And whenever anyone says that to you, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
It is weird when people buy like a 1-year-old like insane gifts.
Like makeup.
Is that what you do?
Patreon subscription.
When you buy the baby a year's supply of expensive cat food, which I'm sure is very nice. And if you want to sponsor the podcast, then great.
Yeah,
I'd love that, man.
Yeah,
we're not getting any sponsors anytime soon with your behaviour.
Not my behaviour.
What's wrong with going to the thing? It's like just hanging out, isn't it? You don't have to pretend to care about the baby that much.
But I'm not very good at pretending to care about things.
Yeah, you're not. That's true.
Like I'll go and I'll switch off and I won't even remember that.
Yeah, but you might be that one like kind of confused looking adult that the baby sees and is just seared into their core memory of you just being like really
confused weird guy.
Yeah.
But I think I remember some of these types of people of my dad's friends, and I think that's why I've ended up how I've ended up. So I'm doing them a favour by not going.
I guess just be busy then, right? Like,
yeah.
Do they really care? I
Well,
never know how much people care about these things.
Yeah, I mean, how much do they care? I don't know.
Are they just inviting you because they feel they have to invite you? Because they don't want you there, let's face it.
You think they don't want me there?
They don't want you there. I've just thought.
Oh, well, if they don't want me there, guess what? I'm not going to come. I'll
tell them that.
Yeah,
text
well, I'm
them,
telling
say,
them
well,
now.
if you don't want me.
If you don't want me there, I won't come.
Would you go to the adults that your friends party?
If it was like a big piss up night out.
See, he only wants to do that.
But no, I see. But then I think then it's on your friend to invite their own baby to his birthday party so that you can meet there.
See?
Like, who's not letting a baby into a pub?
Into a walkabout.
They can go into like a 15/18 movie, I'm pretty sure. So like, why wouldn't they be able to go into?
You could take a baby. You could take a baby to Spurs, and some awful things get said there by people in the crowd, mainly me.
Okay, so that's solved. So you're going to take your friend's baby to Spurs.
Or Volkarev's.
And they do. In Edinburgh, they used to do like a pizza deal on a Monday, so maybe I'll do that. Get a cheap pizza.
My first
Volkarev's.
Edinburgh show was at the split bill that I did with my friend Joe. We did it at Volkarev's in 2021. And no, 22, sorry. That was the first one back, wasn't it? Proper one. And that it's not a venue. It was a venue for 1 year. And we managed to get it shut down within 26 performances.
You've not done a solo in Edinburgh?
No, I did a 45 this year just gone, which was, it was to like 5 people a day in the caves. So it was like exactly what it needed to be. It was
You're doing an hour?
Next year.
Not this year.
This year's in the Pleasance Reserve.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Why don't you do your research?
I'm sorry, it didn't say.
It did say it right
British
there.
Comedy Guide.
How else am I supposed to know?
It said you were the second.
Yeah.
We gigged together on the weekend, but we didn't hang out and didn't speak to him. I don't speak to people lower on the bill than me.
Don't you?
No.
Why'd you get him on this?
Huh? No, apart from that. By the way, some of the comedians you saw at the weekend on the bill, can I just say, it's not always that bad. The industry. Normally the standard is better. Don't want you thinking it's going to be easy for you.
He doesn't want you thinking it'll be that easy, to stand out. That's cool. The reserve that'll be fun. That'll be.
Who else has got a problem?
I've got an issue.
Actually, can I just, whilst we're on the subject where I just slagged everyone off, even though I was clearly joking.
Were you?
Well, you decide. Yeah, of course I was. Anyway, so I hung out with Finley, who was on the podcast recently. On when you couldn't be bothered to come out again. I keep inviting Bilal out. He doesn't come out anymore.
They both went rizzing. They both tried to rizz people.
And he said that the first time he met me, he thought that I was an arsehole.
What Finley's this?
Christy.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah. Because I did the boat show and I came off and he went, that was really good. And I went, yeah, it was all new as well. So He's like, this guy's not sick. But I can be quite awkward in like.
It was all new as well, so walk off. Not even thank you.
Just go down those weird steps, fall down the ladder.
Yeah.
But I think I had to be in my bonnet because they didn't.
They don't book you,
really
innit?
Me, so
yeah, I know. You just smash the open spot for them, and then they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, because you keep going on podcasts and saying that no one else on the lineup is good.
My issue is that I did a thing last June, a show, and the pay was a flat fee of 60 quid.
Oh my god! You're making us sound so rubbish.
No, it's fine. It was I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to give away what it is. You know,
I'm trying to think what gigs are worth 60 quid.
Well, it wasn't a Anyway, it's not very good pay for what it was.
Was it?
But
was it a gender reveal party?
I invoiced a bit late for it.
Yeah.
Fine, like a month maybe later than I should have. I have not been paid still.
As in June.
And yeah, last June I've emailed a bunch of
about
times
it.
getting nothing. Messaged the person on Instagram and they said, "Oh, sorry, I just saw this. I'll have a look tomorrow." That was like 3 weeks ago.
Are they also a comedian?
No.
It's hard, isn't it? Because you feel bad for asking for money that
It's
they
so
said
awkward.
they would pay you,
So awkward.
and you don't want them to, as if you don't want to like sully their reputation with you.
I don't want to set
Your
my
reputation
agent on
with
them.
Yeah,
You know.
but
So what do you do? Because apparently everyone tells me, "Oh, they're a really nice person," and I think they are.
Are they just a bit like me? A bit. Wait, is this the gig you did for me?
Did you pay me for that?
Yes. As you said, you were skint, so I thought I'll pay before I even get the money.
We did a gig in Lewis. Have you been there?
oh yeah,
all right,
I went
innit?
to uni in Brighton, so
Oh,
yeah,
it's
I went
lovely,
to
isn't it?
Lewis a few
My
times.
girlfriend lives there. Don't dox her. And
You just did.
it's a big place, relatively.
It's not, man.
Um,
Were you going to talk about your girlfriend?
No,
or?
I was going to talk about that. There's no point in talking about the gig though. Who cares? You did I was trying out a show and you opened for me. That's it.
I didn't open. I did half the gig.
You did half an hour. I did an hour.
What? How do you?
Next
how
time
would
I'm
you
getting Sam,
handle?
okay, so don't worry about that.
How would you handle that situation?
I would just not ask for them. I'm really bad at that.
You would just leave it.
I'm really bad.
It's weird because it is £60. It's not like 200
Yeah.
or more. So
But if you
But
take
it's
that
still
and put
owed
it into
to me.
crypto, it could be considerably more.
you don't have crypto.
Of course I do.
he was talking
I
about
was
it.
talking
in
about it
the
the
room.
weekend. I said that's
Really?
all new crypto.
Yeah,
so
that's
no
all he
one's
said. He said, "Do you want to do the podcast? Everyone else in here is shit. Do crypto."
Yeah, he's changed.
And backstage at the Comedia, they have like a bag of pick and mix sweets, and I basically just like put my hand and pulled out as many as I could hold and just walked out.
Power move.
Everyone says, "Oh, well done on the set." Just new stuff. So
Yeah.
I was eating sweets the whole time. So.
Boiled sweets as well. Not easy chewers.
just all in the mouth.
Yeah, sweets that would fragment.
And like, why is he
mid-bit.
slurring? Oh, it's just having a lemon sherbet.
What do I do about my 60 quid?
Write it off.
Anything under 100
really?
quid, I just think there's like a statute of limitations of like 6 months, and then you have to just what you need to do is reward yourself with a feeling of total moral superiority and therefore absolution. So you could kill someone and you'd still be better than that person.
Interesting. I think you should ask the listeners to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast because that means that our viewer and listenership will grow. If people sign up to the Patreon, you'll get that 60 quid.
I need
in no
that
time.
cat food, man.
Oh yeah, you could get a month of Untamed plus another 8 quid. You could probably chuck a bag of dry food in as well, or you could get the £8 trial box to start.
Yeah,
wrapped up. That's it. Yeah, you need that 60 back.
yeah. I need that 60 bag.
He needs that 60 back.
Gotta get that Untamed ball.
What's this person's name? I saw this now.
I'm not telling you. I'm not saying I don't want to be like that.
Down the barrel, tell them, threaten them.
Please pay the £60.
And if you don't, I personally will come and break your legs.
No,
I've never done it before. I think I'd quite like to do it with a hammer.
but how would you? Oh, I thought you meant with your hands.
Mallet.
A mallet.
Yeah, big mallet.
That'd be crazy.
Should be like, you should have paid what you owed, you fucking scumbag. Bosh.
Look like a.
Any good?
Yeah, thank you. No, yeah.
And then as I do the and
The
also
at the
and then I'll be
camping
like,
bailiff.
and then I'll be like,
Goes around with a mallet.
and if you don't pay double because there's interest, then that goes to me. I'm gonna break your other leg, you worm.
Wow. Are you taking a cut of the pay?
No, if I get extra on top, that's my business. I'll get your 60.
All right, and what are you getting on top?
Oh, well, if they don't want me to break their other kneecap, another 60 quid.
Is that it?
Making it back in ligaments.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take the piss out of you.
My problem is that my dreams are really boring now.
Okay.
I take the same train every day in my dreams. Like when I was a child, I would have fun dreams. Like once when I was reading Archangel, the last Alex Rider book, I fell asleep reading it, and then I had a dream that my dad came in and told me to go to sleep. So I did, and I put the book down. And then as soon as he left, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles flew to my window, opened the window, and we just flew off into a playground in the clouds. And we were there until we went to a shopping centre in the clouds, and my dad was in a My Little Waitrose, and he came out and he was like, "Oh, it's time to go home." And then I woke up, and
I went to that program as a kid, My Little Waitrose.
It's just called My Waitrose, isn't it? I used to work at a Waitrose, so I should My Little Waitrose.
You can brush its hair.
That's a fantastic dream. Yeah. Did you ever? Sorry,
but now you're having boring dreams.
Yeah. The more routine I have, even though comedy obviously means that you don't really have. I've still, I've got a day job, like nice routine, and genuinely for the last three years, I would say. Every dream, it starts. I'm working some kind of job that I used to work, meat and fish at Waitrose or something like that. Meat and fish at My Little Waitrose, and then like a friend comes and is like, "We're late for the festival," or someone that I have a latent crush on from like years ago. And then we get the train there. The train is kind of floating, looks a little bit like the Elizabeth line, but isn't. And it goes somewhere, and we get off the train. We don't get off, whoever it is, me and the person in the dream. And then I'm working at a festival.
Oh.
And then the dream ends. And that's it, like every time.
Sorry, how many times have you had that dream?
Of that shape, it feels like it's been every night for about 3 or 4 years.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't know that was possible.
But maybe that means that you'd be really good at lucid dreaming. So now you need to like try and master.
Have you tried?
Art.
I've tried, and the classic thing is like if you can put your finger through your hand, then you're in a dream. But once I was in a dream and I did that and it didn't go through, and I thought it was real life, and I was on a sinking ship, so I genuinely thought I was going to die. So I've stopped trying to lucid dream.
I didn't know you could have the same dream every night like that.
I'm sure they are slightly different.
Yeah, sure,
but it's roughly the same.
But not all the time.
The same beats
are always different.
I hit every night.
And all of my weird dreams, I don't give away for free on this podcast. You have to look at my new thing I'm doing on Instagram Reels where I talk about my dreams.
Have you tried doing drugs?
I've not done much psychedelic stuff. My dad cultivates a magic mushroom.
You talk about it in your set. It's so funny
because he lives in Wales, so he's got into it because it is like it's like spice in Dune. Mushrooms, I think, are like Earth's naturally occurring spice.
Yeah,
like
Dune 2. Have you seen Dune 2?
No,
I've seen Dune 2.
Did you watch part 1?
No,
it's
saw Dune 2.
Have you tried doing magic mushrooms and then going to sleep?
I need to try more. I need to do more mushrooms.
Have you tried having a Horlicks and going to sleep?
No, I normally just sit in contemplative prayer for half an hour and then go to sleep, and that does. I think that does do.
You need to watch true crime before bed.
You should watch Free Body Problem before bed, and then you might dream about aliens.
You should need to watch YouTube video essays about the cancelled YouTubers. And then they'll be in your dreams, carrying you to a cloud.
Yeah, I had a really bad. I had to stop listening to true crime in the pandemic because I got really into that podcast about the Golden State Killer.
Yeah,
and then it's like one of the classic ones. But the whole thing was that he would like do a torch outside someone's window, and I was living with my parents on a farm in Wales because they'd moved to Wales, and we were renting a farmhouse so that they could be like cash buyers because it was very competitive in the pandemic to buy a house. So we were in this farmhouse and I was listening to this podcast, and then suddenly a single beam came through the curtains into my eye, and I literally had to leave the room and I had a panic attack in the toilet, and then like just until I calmed down, and then I kept listening to it because the light had gone, so I was like, probably wasn't the Golden State Killer who's been captured, but it was horrible.
And that wouldn't have happened if you'd have got yourself a Horlicks from My Little Waitrose.
Perfect.
I'm
But yeah,
fascinated by that.
I'd say just read some different stuff before you go to bed. What you want to do?
Do you have a feature? That you
Yeah,
wanna
but
do?
I'd rather just promote whatever someone's promoting. In
Okay,
the episode.
all right. What do you want to promote?
Oh God, I don't actually have anything.
You got
Come
an
and see me at the
Instagram.
President's Reserve at the
You got
Edinburgh Fringe, I guess.
President's
Yeah.
Reserve. What do you do? 20 minutes? Is that the thing?
15.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so
Tight-
nice.
tight
Oh, I also
15.
I do every third Sunday. I do a gig. I have a gig called Club of No Regrets at Camden Comedy Club, which is it's like a new material night. Get 4 or 5 acts on. It's really fun, and it's got a nice distinctive identity now. I think as
Lovely.
a new material night. So come to that. Tickets are only ever like £5.50 or something. So that's probably, and then if you want to follow me on Instagram, but you don't have to.
I would suggest that you do, because out of all the Instagram content out there, Sam's is actually very good, because I was having a look. So
Actually, very good.
yeah, because some people's is really annoying.
Mine is short, which is why I think it's not annoying. If it was
Yeah.
like, if any of it was like 5 seconds longer, I think you'd not be able
No,
to.
but you're a funny guy, and I'm delighted that you come to the podcast.
Thank you very much for
This is
having
the
me.
Thank
future
you so
of
much
comedy.
for joining us.
Not like you
Oh.
or me.
Well, we wish you all the best with all the reserve and all of that stuff you got cooking.
Thank you. Well, hopefully get you guys at Club of No Regrets.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I
Not
would
with-
tell you.
not with him.
I'll just it pays 60 quid,
I need 60 quid.
but it won't like
But it won't
a 60
pay.
quid that will never come.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
used to that.
I will donate my 60 quid to Bilal as long as he never gets it.
Oh, it's not paid.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
cool, but that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
who are you
Yeah.
donating it to?
So you'll get
Great.
120 quid for this gig, but you'll never get it.
Oh, okay.
All
That
right.
sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank
Well-
you so much for joining us. We'll let you go. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching.
And please do just, if you're listening on Spotify, give us a little 5 stars. It takes
Yeah.
2
Or
fucking
iTunes.
seconds.
Hey.
Or yeah.
Or iTunes or any of those.
Yeah.
Don't make me come down with a hammer.
No.
What about Amazon Prime Music? You on that?
If I probably.
Okay.
I think we're everywhere.
Possibly.
Good.
If you're listening to this on there, we are. If not, then you don't know what we're talking
What about the Prime Music heads? I've on Spotify, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep fighting the good fight.
I'm still using my ex's Spotify, having to go offline when they're not around.
That's awesome. What's
Okay.
your Spotify rap like then?
Weird.
Love you, everyone. Goodbye.
Stay safe.